Hi, welcome. So in this example, I'm going to show to you how to create an array and then populate the array and then to access the array. So let's create an array for the type called double and call it scores. Now let me explain to you the parts of this array. Oops, sorry, this is a mistake. And let's have 5 members in this array. So this array is named scores, is of the data type double, and there are 5 members in this particular array, and this is how you set up the array. This first part of the array is called the declaration, where we specify the data type and also the name of the array. The second part of the array is called the instantiation, where we instantiate a new array of the type double and tell Java that there are 5 members in this particular array. So that is how we create an array. Now, to populate the array, we have to specifically go into every item in the array and populate the value. For example, this first one of index 0, we give it a value of 6.8. So if there are 5 members, 5 elements in this array, there should be 5 number of these individual members out here, which index from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. So be careful that array always starts with 0. So let's put in all these different value for this particular array. So this second part is how we populate the array. The first one is creation of the array. The second one is populate the array, and the last one is to access the array. Normally we access the array through a for loop, and there are two ways to write a for loop. Basically, one is a simple one, the other one is a longer way. I'm going to show you the longer way first. So there are for the longer way, the longer for loop, there are 4 items that you need to remember. The first one is that you need to tell the for loop where to start, and normally we will start by telling the for loop that the index of I, which is a variable, will start at index 0. So this is where we tell the array where to start. The second item is we need to tell the array where to stop. So in this example, we know that we want the array, we want the loop to stop when it reaches 5, which will work perfectly fine. However, it is not a very good way of writing code, because you're hard coding it. So we should have something that is more dynamic, and the way we do this is called a method called length for that array, which will give you the maximum number of items in the array. The third item you need to remember is we need to tell the for loop how to increment every time it goes through the loop, and by doing an I++, we increment the I by 1 each time. The fourth item that you need to remember is that you want to retrieve each item in the array. So this is the way you do it. Now once you retrieve it, you would like to do something to it. For example, in this particular example that we're doing, we are printing out each one of those scores once we get them, and this is how we write the code for it. Can you see the similarity between this and all this up here? It is actually the same thing, isn't it? So in the first loop, I will be 0, which will be this 6.8. In the second loop, I will become 1, so this is 5.7. The third loop, I will be 3. I'm sorry, the third loop, I will be 2. It will be this 8.0 and so forth. The easier way of writing a for loop is like this. The structure of this particular for loop is very, very simple to understand. Basically, you're telling the for loop that your array is this one by the name of scores, and you want to put each item of the array in this variable called item, which has a data type of double. And inside the for loop, you will print out that item that was obtained as you loop through each one. So this is how you create an array, populate the array, and access the array. That's it for today. Thank you.